got yourself a new partner?
Hands up.
The guy's nuts.
You have a death wish?
He gets the job done, Rosie. Yeah, he's a bit rough around the edges.
It's time for show and tell.
The concept started with the originators of Luxaflux, Peter Morwick and Adrian Stevens. And they came up with the idea that they wanted to do an action movie game.
We really wanted to do characters and action. So we were looking for an angle on how to marry the two genres. And at that time, my wife and I were into these LA private eye novels by Robert Grace, the Joe Pike series. And suddenly it sort of occurred to me that there really hasn't been a successful take on sort of a contemporary cop genre in video games. And it really appealed to me, and I brought it to the guys and we discussed it and we really liked it. So we pitched it to Activision, the publisher, and they liked it as well, so here we are.
I think every game starts out, trying to do something innovative and something special. And it takes the right people and the right time and the right idea to make that happen.
Okay, LA, here I come.
The biggest challenge with this game in general is just to try and realize a city as big as Los Angeles. To store a triangle for every single facet of every single building and every single road, tree, piece of ground was just unfeasible. The plan to build the city out of splines and patches, basically procedural geometry, was an idea that I came up with when we first started this, and we weren't sure if we were really going to be able to do it. It had never been tried before.
Once we realized that the GPS data was available publicly, we had to learn a lot about the format of that data and how we can crunch that data into something usable by the game.
We used a variety of resources to really come up with this accurate LA. GPS data, topographical maps, and even satellite images to really recreate Los Angeles as it stands now. We have variations in subdivisions, neighborhoods going from the wealthy Beverly Hills area to the sort of seedy, shady Hollywood suburbs. So really, we've done a really good job of accurately portraying Los Angeles as it stands today in 2003.
Much of the data is actually generated on the fly, meaning that polygons or triangles that are drawn aren't actually existing in a static form. We basically say we have a road that has this curvature and this type, and we generate the data required to draw that on the screen real time.
It'll make sure that at least half a mile around you is always there.
It's a real-time GPS system. You could be playing the game, your girlfriend could call you on the phone and go, "Oh my God, I'm lost." And rather than going to the computer and doing the typical, pull up the website that has the maps on it, you're like, "Well, I'm in True Crime Streets of LA. Let me just go ahead and drive down to where you are." Where are you? You're on the corner of where?
Some of the cars have hundreds of parts to them. And there are parts that can be damaged, that will fall off the car, and you'll be able to drive this car in almost undrivable conditions in real life.
Yeah? So sue me. Gonna sue you right back.
We created a set of cars that, they're supposed to look realistic, but we designed them sort of from scratch. We took the visual cues from what those vehicles would be and designed something completely new.
You can run through a shootout, and when that guy drops that AK-47, you flip it up into your hand, and now you've got a pistol in your right hand and an AK in the other. Additionally, when you grab those two, as an example, you have a shotgun in your left hand and an AK-47 in your right, each arm targets independently. So you can take out two targets at once. So if you're flying forward and there's a target to your left and to your right, and the shotgun side is closer, you're going to blast that guy while strafing the guy to your right with the AK-47. It allows you to really plan how you're going to go out and attack. Sometimes it's run and gun, and sometimes it's, sneak around and try to hide because those guys have badass weapons. Try to pick up the weapon. Heck, two shotguns running around with two sawed-offs with guys coming at you. You're blasting people left and right. It's very Hong Kong cinema inspired.
Basically, one of my main focuses is destructibles, or as a lot of gamers like to call it, crap that blows up.
Boom, bada boom!
Our destruction for the interiors is pretty fairly complex. It's really intense stuff. I mean, it's fighting that I don't think gamers are used to.
You can upgrade your set weapons and your set skills based on earning enough points to enter these training facilities, 24/7 locations.
As you leave the EOD on some of your missions, as you're driving down the street, you will find locations where that'll be highlighted. They won't be based on your mission, but if you run into them, you will find yourself either in a shooting range or a driving slalom course, where you will be able to expand your capabilities as a driver or as a shooter.
One of the things that I am in particular excited about in this game is really our continuous branching storyline. A few years back, the video game establishment sort of declared the death of the fusion of Hollywood and video games, and it was a bummer. So really what I try to do here with True Crime is to create a game that's very playable, that doesn't really lose much in terms of playability, yet still gives the player enough of narrative and story to keep it really interesting and to keep the player engrossed and give him the suspense of disbelief. And ultimately we have three very different paths in the story and three very different endings. So there is multiple ways of playing this game, and the greatest thing about it really is that even the unseasoned player who's not very good will get enough of a game here, will get enough of an experience to enjoy himself.
You'll definitely get different cinematics based on different outcomes of what you've done in the game.
Jimmy, this had better check out.
Stop busting my balls, man! I'm being straight with you!
That's a good boy. Hey, Rosie, say hello to the poster child against inbreeding, Jimmy Fu.
And I suppose that would make you the poster child for anger management?
Likewise, if it's raining in a cinematic at that time of day and the cinematic takes place outside, then it's raining outside when that cinematic's taking place.
The most challenging, I think, might have been the nightclub scene, because there's a lot of stuff going on in there. It's a little more technical, I think, than some of the other environments. Got rotating lights, and a disco ball, which is sort of reflecting lights all over the place.
И наушник, прикинь, этот жопник уже здесь.
Hey, Dick, I give the music a 3. No lyrics and you can't dance to it.
Well, like all of the other things in the game, we really wanted to bring a really legitimate sort of voice or spoken word to the game, and we did this through hiring some amazing voiceover talent, including Christopher Walken.
You got yourself a new partner?
And Gary Oldman.
You keep turning up like a bad $2 bill, Detective King.
CCH Pounder, you might know her from The Shield.
Nick, this is Agent in Charge Masterson from the FBI.
We also have Michael Madsen, who plays an old cop buddy of your dad.
Your father. When he got into trouble with internal affairs, I promised him I'd watch out for his boys.
We have Michelle Rodriguez, who plays your partner, who gets, injured early on in the story and ends up being your helper the whole way through.
I don't mean any disrespect, but why Nick? The guy's nuts.
Once we've got all the voiceover collected, I take that and I take our character models and our environments, which have been provided by the other people working on the game, and I coalesce all those into what's called a rough animatic. That's basically a very rough animation of each individual cutscene. And once we've got that set, we take those and bring them to the motion capture studio, where we rehearse with our actors and get them acquainted with each scene. And then we record all the animation data. We get it back, and then I take it and integrate it back into the animatic file. Make sure that the movements line up, that the cameras are properly framing every individual actor, and that everything basically works as it should. What we wind up with at that point is rough motion captured animation, which is broad bodily movements. We don't have fingers or facial expressions or lip sync at that point, or eye animation. So it gets handed off to another set of animators who basically go in and animate the characters, breathe life into them, add emotions to their face, add the lip sync, add eye movements and hand movements, and any other work that needs to be done. And that's the basic pipeline.
You've picked the wrong party to crash, jackass.
It's definitely very satisfying to having an end result after you've been working on something for a year or two. Have the end result of a CD in a box on a shelf. And also to create worlds where you can move around and, you know, feel like you've really created something.
Certainly on that scale, recreating a real city with streets and all its detail, I think it's the first time that I've ever seen it in a video game.
Watch shots and beach heat, hot rocks on every block, cold killers on each street, danger on every corner, scum at every turn.
This is something that's very cool to us. It's always been very dear to us, and you tend to really pay a lot of attention and take a lot of care of, you know, your baby effectively, and all of these people care for this product like it's their child.
The crime if you can't the time, stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind, play the game for keeps, not for fun, all alone with your peeps, or one-on-one, cause I don't do the crime if I can't do the time, I stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind, I play the game for keeps, not for fun, all alone with my peeps, or one-on-one, it's true crime, true crime, true crime, true crime.
Hey, Dick, I give the music a 3. No lyrics and you can't dance to it.
Kang, snap out of it. I suppose that would make you the poster child for anger management? I won't make that mistake again.
Good. I've got an APB out on that car. Yeah, Nick doesn't mess around.
Are you kidding, Kang? What do you mean Rocky got away? Chief, how you doing? Looking good. Why the long face, kiddo? Let me guess. You got yourself a new partner?
The name is Don Rafferty. Diapered your skinny ass. Figures you don't remember me.
Many of them aren't cooperating. We can punish only so many. Ancient Wu is most unhappy.
Здравствуйте, comrade Kang. Were you looking for anyone particular?
Yeah, it's too slow. We'll never learn all of it in time. Screw the old man. Das свидания. They call it the City of Angels. Funny, in my 30 years here, I haven't seen a single one. What happened to Henry was a true crime. And if there's one man who deserves to find out the truth, it's his son. This is his story. Hey, you got yourself a new partner?
Hands up.
The guy's nuts.
You have a death wish?
He gets the job done, Rosie. Yeah, he's a bit rough around the edges.
This is the game where everybody in trap hates you, so it's rated due to nature. State the nickname.
I'm not your guy goddamn sidekick, Kang.
I don't have time for this.
Damn. Don't make me regret this, Kang.
Sitting around stuffy vans eating donuts cramps my style. You'll make a nice bitch for some hairy-ass bad boy in the joint.
Stop busting my balls, man! You picked the wrong party to crash, jackass.
Nick, don't make me regret this.
You don't so much as take a leak unless I say so.
Masterson, fly's open.
Leave my brother out of this.
In the streets of LA, I got my twin 4-5. Cock ready for gunplay. Catch me downtown. Bustin' on the brain. Laying something down. This is how I pretend. Face down in the hot hood. Cops is no good. Catch me running from the police all the way back to the hood. Snatching suckers out their hatchbacks. Giving cats back like bang, bang. Shaking Nick Kang. Smashing the rubber like busting the automatic in traffic. I'm causing havoc. It's madness, but I'm
Got the triathlon ring counterfeit for you.
so cold, dealing with the gangs and the law. Not through the wall, the run up on a brawl. Five class,
If you can't do the time, stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind.
There is this great fight in here, man. It was total Jackie Chan. It was awesome. Hi-ya!
Pushing the line in the paint on the grind. I play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with my peeps, so one-on-one. The crime if you can't do the time. Stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. Play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with your peeps, so one-on-one.
This is the game where everybody in traffic hates you, so it's rated M due to the graphic nature. State your nickname, hood, gang, rank, and business before we leave your body stinking. You can't get a witness of who they thinking that did this. It's best not to know. If your name is on my shit list, then you got to go. Cross my path, you gon' take a blood bath and a mud nap. I slug half of your mug back. Thugs spit hubcaps, watch shots and beach heat. Hot rocks on every block, coke killers on each street. Danger on every corner, scum at every turn. The pressure is heavy on you, but some just never learn what the SC mean. So it's best that I warn you. South Central, straight Compton, and Southern California. Survival class, I thought you knew it. Crime is the order of the day, and we stay true to it.
The crime if you can't do the time. Stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. Play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with your peeps, so one-on-one. Cause I don't do the crime if I can't do the time. I stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. I play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with my peeps, so one-on-one.
It's true crime. True crime. True crime. True crime.
They call it the City of Angels. Funny, in my 30 years here, I haven't seen a single one. What happened to Henry was a true crime. And if there's one man who deserves to find out the truth, it's his son. This is his story.
True crime in the streets of LA. Activision, Vibe Squad, Universal Bungalow. Chris, Nick, what up? We on the way,
If you can't do the time, stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. Play the game for keeps.
Don't shoot, man!
All alone with your peeps, so one-on-one. Cause I don't do the crime if I can't do the time. I stay pushing the line in the paint on the grind. I play the game for keeps, not for fun. All alone with my peeps, so one-on-one.
This is the game where everybody in traffic hates you, so it's rated M due to the graphic nature. State your nickname.
Leave my brother out of this.
Before we leave your body stinking. You can't get a witness of who they thinking that did this. It's best not to know. If your name is on my shit list, then you got to go. Cross my path, you gon' take a blood bath and a mud nap. I slug half of your mug back. Thugs spit hubcaps.
Don't make me regret this.
Hot rocks on every block, coke killers on each street. Danger on every corner, scum at every turn.
You picked the wrong party to crash, jackass.
What the SC mean, so it's best that I warn you. South Central, straight Compton, and Southern California.